What's going on? What's going on? Good evening. Good evening. Oh man, feels great. You guys already know who it is. Your boy Bobby from Mentourme.com. Another beautiful day on the Painful Truth, teaching you guys financial literacy. I hope you guys enjoyed your day. I hope you guys enjoying your evening. We're gonna talk about a real topic for today. As you guys know, I'm always thinking. I'm always trying to answer some of your questions. I'm always teaching you guys about real life, money management, investing, markets, politics, and many other things that could, of course, grow you guys. As you guys know, I'm a life coach, I'm an investor, I'm an entrepreneur. When it comes to the world of growing, it's not always easy because, again, a lot of us are not aware or not exposed to growth and how we should, of course, deal with life when it comes to managing our money, when it comes to investing. Tonight, I thought I'd talk about people. We got to really look at life, right? My goal is always to teach you guys how to work smarter. And if I were in your position, what would I do? As you guys can see, the cost of living is just a ridiculous amount of money right now. A lot of you should be trying to figure out how to create different streams of income. I got my secretary right now posting a show I have, which is coming up in a couple weeks, teaching you guys how to make $100,000 a year selling one or two cars in front of your house. Last year, last couple days, I spoke about how you do that. This is not a Toro situation. This is nothing new. It's simply learning how to leverage a person who owns a dealership and learning how to sell one or two cars in front of your house. Because right now, a lot of people are financially struggling. They're still trying to figure out how to make ends meet. Some people, the problem with them is they only have one job. So I'm trying to open you guys up to different ways of making money. As the market moves, as the world moves, you have to move too. If the stock market is down, the crypto market is down, okay, you got to ask yourself, what other ways can you make money? And I taught you guys a couple days ago a different way of you making money, which is nothing new. It's just another way of making money, selling a car or one or two cars in front of your driveway. But again, as long as you understand you have to have somebody that owns a dealership, you'll be fine. But tonight I want to talk about a different topic. I'm always telling you guys it's imperative to understand how to work smart, not hard. Now, I'm a little confused. I want some help with this question. I see Casey already, of course, putting his information in. Now, here's where it gets funny. Some of you work at jobs where you're not getting paid more than $800 a week. And here's what's funny. You're going to work maybe 30 to 45 hours a week. But I don't know if you guys realize this, right? Life has changed so drastically. Do you know there's Uber drivers making more money than normal 9-to-5 drivers? Here's the real question for tonight. Which one makes more sense? Driving Uber or going to work and doing a 9-to-5 where you're getting a 30-minute lunch break? People really think about this for a moment. At the end of the day, we got to really ask ourselves a real question. Where does it make more sense to work a job? At a 9-to-5 job where you're lifting boxes, slaving, doing a lot of labor-intensive work, or simply driving an Uber and making $1,200, $1,300 a week? Really think about this, because a lot of you are not really paying attention to how the world has shifted. I have so many friends, and I know a lot of people that have come from other countries, okay? People, Haiti, Jamaica, Cuba, and then Venezuela. People, at the end of the day, the game of life is working smart, not hard. Why would I go work for somebody, okay, work all week, get a 30-minute lunch break, barely make ends meet, when I could ride Uber, be my own boss, I'm in ice cold AC, I'm talking and meeting people all day long in a car, I turn off my app, take a lunch break when I want. At the end of the day, and I'm making $8,000 to $1,200 to $1,400 a week. And Uber now has benefits. 401k savings plan. People, at the end of the day, healthcare plans. You got to really look at life for what it is. A lot of us, we're not looking at the big picture. We're working at these jobs. We're comfortable with these jobs, and I get it. A lot of us have this transparent mindset. We go to work, we go to sleep, wake up, go to work, go to sleep, not realizing a couple years of this, you're 8 years in a company that really hasn't done nothing for you. And you haven't lived none of your dreams. The question is, when are you going to change your approach to life? Uber is so funny right now. Uber is making people more money than a 9-to-5 job, and Uber is also giving you more freedom. I don't understand. Why would I go work a job when I'm getting a 30-minute lunch break, slaving, working hard, mentally working hard, while I could ride Uber, turn on my app, ride with people in my AC. I got my 4-cylinder car. I turn off my app whenever I want to take a break for an hour or two, turn back my app on, and I'm making more money than people who work regular 9-to-5 jobs. Here's what's funny. In the last, I would say, at least 8 months, I've met a lot of individuals. I have a lot of associates. I'm very familiar with a lot of people who are in the Uber industry, okay, who've been riding Ubers for 4, 5 years, 6 years. Here's what's crazy. A lot of them make anywhere from $55,000 a year to maybe $75,000 a year. The most common number I hear a lot is I make anywhere from $800 to about $1,400 riding Uber, riding 40 hours, maybe 50 hours a week. Here's what's funny with some of you. You're riding no Uber. You're going to work. You're clocking in 30-minute lunch breaks. You're mentally slaving yourself. You're begging for a raise. You hate your job. But at the end of the day, who makes more sense? The person who's riding Uber, who has freedom, a peace of mind, no boss, can clock out whenever they want. Now who also has paid time off, PTO. At the end of the day, people, facts is facts. Where does it make more sense to make $65,000 or $60,000 a year? Riding Uber or working for a company who's slaving you to death, where you have no freedom, 30-minute lunch breaks, you're begging for a raise, you're so hurt, you can't do nothing, you can't grow your life, or you're in your car riding Uber in the AC, meeting people every hour, getting paid, if you do the math backwards, okay, $65,000 a year, 52 weeks in a month, that's about $1,250 a week, $1,250 a week. Let's say they end up taking maybe $300 worth of taxes out of that $1,250. People really think about it. You're still netting $950. Okay, we took maybe $150 worth of gas. You're still netting what? $800 a week. While the next person is going to work, mad at themselves, hate their boss, 1 hour, not even 1 hour lunch breaks, 30-minute lunch breaks, begging for a raise, while this person has freedom. On the side, they turn their app off, or sometimes they're on Uber clock doing all types of stuff, working their side hustle, doing Uber, making maybe $70,000, $80,000 a year. They got freedom, no boss, no stress, and they got benefits just like you. Where does it make more sense? Now, I see a genuine artist says, now making that much after gas, insurance, and car expense. Let's really think about it, okay? Let's really think about it. Normally, people who drive Uber are driving 4-cylinder, 6-cylinder cars. If you're smart, I would rather drive a 4-cylinder vehicle. Because the whole point of Uber is you're going to be bringing people from location to location. So gas is very essential. If you're really smart, you'll try to get a Tesla. Because at the end of the day, you already know you're going to spend roughly $200 to $300 to maybe $400 a month on gas, if that. On electrical, sorry. On current, when you really think about it. So you want to get a car that's gas friendly. I mean, it would be great to get a smart car, but the problem with smart cars, you can only fit one person. You can't, you want to get the right car. Hyundais, here we go again. Toyota Corollas, Kia Sportages. You want small, compact cars if you're going to ride Uber. You want that engine to be very weak. Because at the end of the day, all you're doing is bringing people from location to location. Why is it that I'm a little confused? Why am I working so hard at UPS? Why am I working so hard at FedEx to make the same $1,200 or less than the person that's making that Uber, while they get to relax in AC, meet new people? They're working smart. Now, here's what's funny. Some of you probably have the nerve to put a post right now and go say, look, well, Bobby, look, at the end of the day, we get a pension plan with UPS, right? After 25, 35 years, right? Let's make sure we add that part to it. After 25 to 35 years, and let's be honest, How much is UPS and FedEx really matching for every dollar that you're contributing? What, 3%, 2%? People, let me tell you something, man. I'm a person, I pay very close attention to things. Numbers can't lie. Numbers can't lie. Everything else could lie, but numbers can't lie. Where does it make more sense to make $65,000 a year? Where your mind is free? Where you can clock out anytime you want by just simply turning off the app? It's just like Amazon Flex. You're making roughly 25, let's say on the low side, $22 to about $38 an hour. You turn off the app whenever you don't want to work. You're making roughly $1,200, $1,400 a week. You have no boss. You're dropping off packages all day. Even that to me is a little work. I would just rather do Uber. I would rather do Uber or Lyft because at the end of the day, and if you're smart, I would also take some of my paycheck money and start buying Lyft and Uber stocks, or either or, because they're so far down. By 5 to 7 years from now, having their shares of stock, especially that they're so far down, you understand how far you're about to grow. I would prefer to get Lyft. That's just my personal opinion. Lyft is at $17 a piece. This thing was roughly at, I don't know, $60, $65. And at the end of the day, the company is still growing in net sales. I mean, people, what are we talking about? Backed, of course, by who are one of the biggest investors behind Lyft? Google. Let's be honest. Uber, great company. Stock's been tanking, but again, there's a lot more growth to go. But Uber also has a lot of other segments that Lyft doesn't have. Both stocks, to me, long-term are going to be great stocks. Again, we also know we went to, because of COVID, it hindered the stocks. But we also know long-term, both companies are going to do great. Let's be honest, once the economy gets back up, but the economy first has to go down first. That's the part that's scaring a lot of you. Tonight, we're talking about, just to, of course, reset the live that we're on. The question is, where does it make more sense to make your $65,000? Riding Uber, being an Uber driver, or working a normal job, slaving, 30-minute lunch break, 1 hour lunch break, stressed, managers on your neck, micromanaging, companies treating you like trash, fooling you, telling you they're going to teach you how to do what we call cross-training. We're going to teach you how to do everything in the business so we can use you. But instead of saying that, this is what they got to say to you. Look, Jonathan, we love you to death. So here's what we're going to do. You're one of my best employees. We're going to cross-train you and teach you many different, of course, positions we have inside our establishment so you could be the best you could be and, of course, have the ability to, of course, expand your reach to the best you can in this particular establishment that we've built. At the end of the day, they're lying to you, okay? The reality is these companies like to cross-train because they want to use you. So when they, of course, fire all these workers that they love to fire, you're going to be that person that's going to be doing 4 or 5 people's jobs. The question is real simple. Work for Uber, you get mental freedom. Work for Uber, you're your own boss. There's no boss. There's nobody telling you what to do. You got your car. You're making $800 to $1,400 a week. People, I'm going to be honest with you. Some Uber drivers make more money than truckers. This is crazy. With way less stress. Think about it. Normally, you have to have a certain type of car, a certain year. So the maintenance on it should be pretty good. At the end of the day, I would love to hear, what is the downfall about working for Uber? Please tell me. Tell me what's the downfall. What are you going to say, gas? Everybody that's in Uber know they should have gas-friendly vehicles. Where else do you make $800 to $1,400 a week driving people around? People, really think about this for a moment. No boss. Light maintenance because your car has to be a certain year. You're a 1099 worker, so you control your taxes, which is another great thing if you understand this game properly. And, of course, I love how he just asked this question. How much do they charge you per mile? You also get a tax write-off on mileage. People, think smart. We're in a world right now. You got to get creative. I'm going to keep saying and doing these lives. You got to get creative. You got to move with the market for some of you. Some of you right now is going to work every single day, working so hard to make a couple bucks. Casey, appreciate the love. God bless you, my brother. some people on this live understand what's going on. People, I'm just trying to bring awareness. Do you guys know it makes more sense to work being an Uber driver than working at, let's say, McDonald's? Unless you're the manager, let me be honest, hot grease, okay? A manager that's behind your neck all day. People probably throwing burgers at you, upset at their order after they done spent their $12. While you can make the same money or more driving Uber with way less stress, and you're your own boss. Why would I go work at McDonald's? Please tell me. Why would I go work at McDonald's? Other than they can sell you probably on the fact that, look, we'll pay for your education tuition. If they could do that, I guess now you got to compare a little bit more. Somebody asked how much they charge you per mile when it comes to Uber. I don't know. I haven't looked that up, but that's a great question. But people really think about it. Is it safe to say, this might go a little bit overboard over some of y'all heads. Is it safe to say there is Uber drivers that make more money than real estate agents? Is it safe to say some Uber drivers make more money than real estate agents? Look how much work you got to do to sell a house. Look how much work you got to do to get a lead. Look how much work you got to do to close a deal. And sometimes the deal's not guaranteed. At the end of the day, if the game is to make $65,000, if the goal is to make $65,000 a year, does it make more sense to make your $65,000 a year being an Uber driver or working a 9-to-5 job? Okay? And at the end of the day, you're working smart, you have no boss, you have no stress, you turn your app on, you know who's in the car, because the technology is so amazing. You know who's in your car. So if anything were to happen, you could press charges, you could do whatever you needed to do. They know who you are. I never used to get into taxis, I'm going to be honest with you, my whole life. I never understood how valuable Uber was until I started using it so aggressively. Especially sometimes I need to drop a car here, drop a car there, or I need to move around. Oh, I left my car here. I just jump into Uber. Everything is jumping to Uber. I just love it. I mean, your car break down by theory, just jump into Uber. It just makes so much sense. Now, somebody said attacks on Uber driver are streaming. Yeah, exactly. It's very rare. It's very rare. You know, I know somebody will probably try to bring that up, which case you make a good point. Oh, I heard Uber drivers are unsafe. Yeah. Now y'all really gonna make me look up statistics? Please don't. Y'all gonna make me go look up the history in the last 12 months. How many Uber drivers have been assaulted in comparison to the whole amount of Uber drivers in the world? Y'all gonna really make me bring up statistics, ratios. Don't do that. But I love Casey. Casey makes a good point. Tonight we're talking about, does it make more sense to ride Uber or work for McDonald's? To ride Uber or work for UPS? I mean, when I say ride, I'm talking being a driver of Uber or work for UPS. Being a driver of Uber or work for FedEx. Where does it make more sense? Do you know there's a lot of people that work for USPS, FedEx, UPS. They're stressed. Really think about UPS. Think about UPS. I like to bring up UPS because, man, you got to really think about this. UPS, imagine lifting boxes all night long, 10-hour shifts. 10-hour shifts of lifting boxes, and you can imagine what people shipping every day. While you could go in your car, turn on the Uber app, get the same amount of money probably UPS paying you, or probably more. I love what Jerry just said. Shout out to Jerry for tuning in. Jerry says, Uber gave me my freedom since 2019. And for some other people, you got to understand, I love what you just said too. Jerry also said, you just got to be smart and have an exit plan. And see, that's the part a lot of people are not paying attention to. Tonight we're talking about, where does it make more sense to make your money? Riding Uber or working a 9-to-5 job slaving? What's up, Justin? What's popping? New York in the building. People, I want you guys to understand. Right now, Uber drivers are making anywhere from $800 to about $1,400 a week sitting in their car riding people around. While some of you is making less than 800, going to work, upset, 30-minute lunch breaks. To me, Uber makes more sense than working some of these normal jobs. Because some of these normal jobs, they're exhausting. Some of us, we're tired, and I get it, right? You're working for these companies, they're giving you pennies an hour. These managers, these supervisors, and I love when they put titles on people's names. These team leads, these team leaders on your neck. Can't even, they stressed about what's going on at their home. Bills ain't paid. They coming to work with that foolishness. All on your neck. You can't even breathe. To me, life is all about working smart. If I had the opportunity, right? Or if I had to pick a choice, ride Uber or work for FedEx or UPS and go lift up boxes and get my back hurt and bend over all day and lift up. Nah, I'm passing on that. UPS, I'm going to pass on you and go ahead and get this Uber, jump in my car, AC blowing, music jamming, and I'm just picking up people, bringing them from here to there, making my $1,400, working my 40 hours, doing what I got to do. But for some of you, the reason I brought this live up, I always try to tell you guys it's imperative to work smart. And I think nowadays, Uber and Lyft and some of these companies have gotten to a point where they're pretty stable now. Because a lot of us are not really paying attention to how hard we're working to make the money we make working for the companies we work for. Some of you work so hard. You give up so much hours of work, so much hours of labor every week to get a paycheck. While you don't realize that you could work way smarter by simply doing something different. Ride sharing is making people more money with less effort than people who are working hard. Why would I go work at UPS? Please tell me. Why would I go work at FedEx? Why would I go work at these companies that's going to be labor intensive when I could make the same $1,400, the same $1,200, and what's crazy, some people don't even make $1,200 a week working for UPS. So I'm going to lift all those boxes. I'm going to break my back while I can just turn on the Uber app, ride around, dropping people from here to there, and make my $1,200 with ease. When it's time for lunch break, turn my app off, take a 2-hour lunch break if I want, or take a 30-minute lunch break, or I'm eating and driving. I'm eating and driving. People, at the end of the day, life is all about being creative and working smart. You got to value yourself. You got to value your energy. You got to really pay attention to how you make your money. Because a lot of us are not really understanding. We're in a world now where you got to really pay attention to what makes more sense. But I get it. When you get to these jobs, you're there for a couple years, you get comfortable. You forget that there's other ways to make money. That's what I always tell people. This is the first time in life. This has never happened in a long time. Companies need workers. You have options to go work for somewhere that's going to pay you what you want to be paid. They may not pay you what you're worth, but they're going to pay you what you want to be paid. So if it's to work hard and go to UPS and go listen to these team leads and supervisors and regional managers slave in my ear and tell me what to do and control me like I'm an animal, or turn on my Uber app and jump in Uber, put on my music, get my AC going, tint my car up so nobody can't see me, and I'm just doing my thing, making my $1,400 with ease, I'm doing Uber. I'm doing Lyft. It's funny that somebody put a post. They say, man, what I look like working for Uber? What you look like working for Uber? Uber now, people are making roughly, I know a lot of people making roughly anywhere from $60,000 to about $75,000 a year driving Uber. People, Uber is more beneficial when it comes to compensation and when it comes to peace of mind than Chick-fil-A, then of course now, when it comes, then Burger King, then UPS, then FedEx. Chick-fil-A is only respected more than Uber because of the fancy customer service and the fact that they do have a college tuition plan. If you take the college tuition plan away and the fact that people love Chick-fil-A's customer service, I want to know what Chick-fil-A workers get paid. Actually, let me check that. What does, my computer's in front of me, what does a Chick-fil-A worker get paid? Let's see. Oh, wow. What a coincidence. Once you type in, what does a Chick-fil-A worker get paid? Pretty much $15 an hour, $20 an hour. Oh, wow. Okay, let's see. Let's see, what does an Uber driver get paid? Oh, $12.50 if we just use that number, divided by 40 hours a week, that's $31 an hour. See, one thing I love about life, numbers can never lie to you. And Evan says about $15. Yeah, they do have, they have certain Chick-fil-A workers on, what is this platform, ZipRecruiter, giving you a whopping $15, $13 an hour. Why would I go do Chick-fil-A just because they're fancy or state-of-the-art customer service? Because to me, I thought it's about the bottom dollar. If it's about the bottom dollar, I'm all about working smart, not hard. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm an investor. But at the end of the day, I'm always going to give you guys gems on how to, of course, improve how you look at the decisions you make every single day. To me, if you look at life, when it comes to, of course, working at Chick-fil-A, Chick-fil-A is paying people $13. I'm looking online right now on Google. $13, $15, if you're lucky, $20 an hour. Slaving. Running around, giving people French fries and Polynesian sauces all night long. Why would I do that when I could make $35 to $40 an hour, jump on the Uber app, lay back, driving people around, and I'm making my $1,400, $1,500 a week with ease. Turn off my app when I want. I got a 1 hour, 2 hour lunch break whenever I'm ready. I'm a 1099 worker, so what does that mean? I control what taxes I give to the government. Another perk. I got 401k plan and benefits. PTO also driving for Uber. Or I could go work hard, go work for UPS, where their logo stands strong. 24-hour delivery service they're giving you. Giving you the giving you the most boxes they could possibly give you for probably $15, $18 an hour. Your back is hurting, your bottom back. You can't even do deadlifts at the end of the week. Where would you rather make your $65,000 a year? I would rather make my $65,000 a year working for Uber in my own car, AC suite. I turn the app off when I want to take a lunch break. People, right now, we got to realize, man, Uber drivers are making more money than people who work 9-to-5 jobs. All I wanted to do tonight is really bring that exposure to you, because I don't think a lot of us realize the game is working smart, not hard. Some Uber drivers are making more money than realtors. And then imagine, to be a realtor, I'm a commercial realtor. To get a lead, the amount of prospects, the amount of effort, the amount of time. Yeah, people, this is nothing new. I've been talking about this for a moment when it comes to realtors. 96% of realtors don't make money. 96% of realtors don't make money. I do more real estate for commercial, and because I do commercial sales, which is selling apartments and buildings. But I also do, I use my license for more investing into properties. Like I'm doing 2 properties right now. Actually, one of them just finished. It's for sale. The realtor just called me. Just put it for sale, send me the picture. People, I want you guys to be smart about your life. Somebody put this, and just saying 75, Justin from New York. He says, and they make you work shitty hours with the random Tuesday off. So imagine, with Uber, you control your hours. You have mental freedom. You have lunch break whenever the hell you feel like it. You have no boss. With Chick-fil-A, once you clock in, you got people ordering Polynesian sauces with large potato wedge fries, and it's nonstop from the time you walk in to the time you go home. Down to the point, I love how Chick-fil-A did this. And I respect the customer service, but I'm on the opposite side of it tonight. People in the rain with raincoats. with an iPad. Look, I get why they did it. Their business is booming so well. They had to figure out how to, of course, be more productive with that drive-through line. But imagine you as an employee. You're out there getting $13, $15 an hour. Client for client, second for second. You don't even get a break how hard you're working to make your money working for Chick-fil-A. Because I love when people make it seem like, oh my God, you work for Chick-fil-A? Like it's a blessing. The only person who's winning when you say it's a blessing is the CEO, founder, franchisee, or franchisor. These are the only people who are winning. The workers are getting paid crumbs. And then, of course, they try to sell you on this whole tuition thing that they have going on. Well, if you work with us, and we'll pay for your school and da-da-da. But hold on. You're only giving me $13 an hour. You might as well pay for my schooling because you ain't paying me much. What is that? $13 an hour? That's roughly $28,000 a year. Why would I do that when I could do Uber driving? I'm my own boss making $65,000, $70,000 a year. Uber drivers are making more money than people who have licenses now. This is embarrassing. This is embarrassing. People, if you want to make sure what I'm saying is true, please contact one of your local Uber drivers who may be one of your friends. Just verify to them. Ask them. Verify what I'm saying is true. Hey, man, how much you make a week driving Uber? You do full time? Because every time I ask one of my friends or anybody I know, or sometimes randomly I'm in Ubers, I'm always asking, like, we're chopping it up. How much hours you work? 50 hours, 40 hours? Okay. Yeah, I make about $1,300 a week. Wow. How do you like it? I love it, man. No boss, no stress. That's all of them say the same thing. While some of you are going to work, tomorrow morning some of you got to go to work. In the next couple hours, you can't even enjoy this life because you got to get your ass off this life. You got to get to work tomorrow morning. To get to work, to have a supervisor, a manager on your neck that's not going to let you breathe while you could be riding Uber, while you could be doing Amazon Flex, making 2 times the money you're making per week with less stress. Where does it make more sense to do? Where does it make more sense to invest your time into? I would rather be an Uber driver, making my $1,400 a week with no stress, no boss, got my, of course, benefits, compared to working at UPS, lifting boxes all day for 12 hours, 10 hours straight. And I'm not even making $1,400, $1,200, or $1,100 a week. Uber drivers are winning compared to 9-to-5 hard-working people. Now, this conversation is for individuals, of course, who make anywhere from $50,000 a year to about 65, high side 70. If you make more than $70,000, this live may not be for you because obviously you make more than that. You make $90,000, you make $100,000. This live is not for you. But for some of you who are making under $40,000, this live is for you. And for some of you who are making $50,000, $60,000, $70,000, but you working hard to make your $70,000, why would I go work hard to make $70,000 when I can ride Uber? Please tell me. I could be an Uber driver, relaxing. I take a break whenever I want, turn my app off. I take a lunch break whenever I want. So many Uber drivers are making $1,800 to $1,400 a week. What are you making a week? And how hard do you have to work to make your money a week? People. Brandon Bryan was popping. He says, put your comments below, people. He says, I've been screaming this for years. Companies pay you to make them rich and bury your dreams. Brandon Bryan is talking something heavy right now, baby. He's talking something heavy. People, when you work for companies, you're making their family dreams come true. But I also always want to say this to you. I always want to say this part to you. You chose to work for them. Some of you make it seem like you forgot who made the decision to work for these companies. Brandon is making a great point. When you work for companies, you're making that family's dream come true. You're building their legacy. What about yours? And that's another part too. If you ride an Uber, guess what? You riding. Imagine you got your own business. You're already on the road. You just running your whole show, stopping by your shop, leaving, coming. People, and you getting paid. People, I must say, I'm waiting for Uber stock to drop a little bit more because I know we're going to get a good strong pullback. It was roughly at one point $60-something, then it dropped to 40, then dropped to 30. I think Uber's right now maybe at $24. Once it dropped to about 12 or 10, I'm gonna be putting maybe 15,000 behind Uber. I like Uber. I also like Lyft stock. I'm gonna pick either or. And I want you guys to really pay attention to what's happening in this world. This live is really to not make fun of anybody, but I have to bring it in a way where you guys can understand it and appreciate it. I want you guys to know the game of life is to work smart, not hard. Some of you right now, you're working so hard when you can work way much smarter. Way more smarter than how you're working. Sorry about that. At the end of the day, you got to love yourself. You got to understand the value of yourself. And you got to take the time, especially right now for a lot of you that's going to work every single day, making sure you put food on the table for your family. Make sure you be there for your family, your friends, whatever the case may be. You got to appreciate who you is. You got to start also, like I keep saying, think about different ways of creating passive income. Think about different ways on how to bring more money. I'm doing a show in a couple of weeks. I'm posting, I think my secretary posted it right now. Teaching you guys how to sell 2 cars in front of your house every month, making $100,000 a year. This is not the only way to make money. But as the market moves, as the stock market is down, crypto is down, you have to adjust to what's going on. Right now, the cost of living is so high, but a lot of you are not adjusting or not trying to figure out, okay, what's my next play? Tomatoes is more expensive. Meat is more expensive. Gas is more expensive. What do you do? Complain or fix the problem? Find a solution. The goal is to always find a solution. But one thing I always want to have you guys understand, no matter what part of life you're in, just know we all had to start from the bottom somewhere. And my goal is always to give you guys great advice to benefit you so you can move forward in life. And I love how people keep saying this. This is a great thing to, of course, appreciate that people are giving advice on this live right now. They always say create an exit plan while working. 2 or 3 people just said this today. This is so important. A lot of you go to these companies. You're excited. Oh, my God, I finally got the job that I wanted, the job of my dreams, whatever it may be. But then you're upset. Years later, you're stuck. But you're not really stuck. You're the only one that's believing you're stuck because you got comfortable. You put your legs up. You're not trying anything. You're not trying to figure out, how do I exit? You've been with a company 7, 8 years, 10 years. I'm not saying go ride Uber and get a scholarship, get a doctorate degree and ride an Uber. I'm not saying go become a master driver with Uber. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just giving you guys the difference between the two. It makes more sense to ride Uber than go work hard and work at FedEx. It makes more sense to ride Uber than to go work hard and flip burgers and hot ass grease at McDonald's. It just makes more sense to ride Uber, to be an Uber driver, than to go work in these labor-intensive companies that don't pay you shit. That's just my personal opinion. People, I'm going to take some comments, some questions. I know you guys know when it comes to the stock market, when it comes to money management, when it comes to growth, financial growth, my goal is to always educate you guys and keep you guys inclined on what's your next play, what's a better play. Sometimes things may seem a little harsh. It's not that it's harsh, the truth hurts. And sometimes a lot of you don't realize that if you're not hearing the truth, you can't get better. My job is never to make you feel better. It's always to tell you the truth. And I want you guys to understand, in this world, you're worth more than a lousy paycheck. And you guys need to understand that. The question is, and I'm going to always keep saying this, what are you going to do about it? How do you fix the problem of you not getting paid what you're worth? You need to add more streams of income. You need to start working smarter. Instead of having 2 jobs, for some of you to have 2 jobs, you need to just get one higher paying job. Stop getting comfortable at these jobs who don't appreciate you, who are never going to pay you what you're worth. At the end of the day, love yourself. I want you guys to have a great night. Tomorrow night, I'm not going to bother y'all with my lives, right? Make sure you guys click the share button, subscribe to my YouTube page. And I know tomorrow night basketball is going on. I can't wait to watch. It was a great game, 1-1 right now. Boston Celtics and Warriors. I can't wait to watch game 3 tomorrow. I like what is it? Genuine artist. He makes a good point. He says, I know Uber Lux drivers do very good. What I'm having you guys understand. Oh man, I got a special guest. Tonight. Andrew Wan is in the building. People, that's my guy, man. That guy helps me make a lot of money. That's one of my mechanics. You know, these cars I like to sell in front of my house. That's who fixes them. My Andrew is in the building. I love Andrew, man. This guy makes me a lot of fucking money. And I'm always going to hassle him on the price, but I love what he does. He's amazing. That's one of my mechanics. He's a great guy. People, if you need your car fixed here in Broward County, people, Andrew Wan is the man. His prices are very good, by the way. Make sure you go out to my boy Andrew Wan. Definitely DM him. He's an electrician, mechanic, all that good stuff. But tonight, I wanted to, of course, close out to tell you guys the goal is what we were talking about, just to reset before I get off, is we were talking about where does it make more sense to make $65,000 a year? Being an Uber driver, having a peace of mind, Usman, what's going on? Or working hard with FedEx, UPS, lifting boxes all night long, probably working at McDonald's and hot grease and French fries. Where does it make more sense to make your $65,000 a year? Because nowadays Uber drivers are making anywhere from $800 to $1,400 a week, just putting the AC on, bringing people from here to there. Why would I go work super hard when I could be an Uber driver, enjoying ice cold AC, taking a break whenever the hell I want, having a mental mind of freedom? I would prefer to be an Uber driver than work at Chick-fil-A, McDonald's, FedEx, or UPS any day. Because at the end of the day, I have no boss, I have freedom, and I make more money than a lot of those people who work at these companies. Mentourme.com, it's your boy Bob from Mentourme.com. I love you all. Click the share button, like, subscribe. And before I get off, Brandon says he says, the crazy part, you'll say it, nobody listens, but a rich celebrity who never did anything has more influence. It's crazy. It's crazy. Look, I've been pushing knowledge for about 6 years to our community through social media. I've done numerous shows. I've been to numerous colleges, educating numerous businesses. And it's not an easy journey to become this Kevin Hart of education when it comes to, of course, financial literacy. Because we're still in a world where people want to see not just results, they want to see celebrities, they want to see the cars, they want to see the lifestyle. And I'm not that guy. I don't always want to push that because I feel it's such a facade. It's not realistic. And I don't want a lot of us chasing just the material stuff. And I want you guys to understand. Andrew Wan, that's my boy. He could tell you. You know what I mean? Your boy drives some nice cars. I got a couple cars. Let me be honest with you. But I don't like showing my cars off. Like I have some luxury performance cars. I have my A to B car, my A to B car is a BMW. I have my luxury sports competition car. I have my work truck. But I don't have nothing to prove. So if you don't believe, and that's something I love about life, if you don't believe what I say, you just don't believe it. That's just you. But if you want to grow, I would never be on these lives lying to people for 6 years. That makes no sense. You know what I'm saying? My goal is to tell you guys the truth, to have you guys understand the exposure of financial literacy. For a lot of families, they're not taught, they're not exposed to money management. They're not exposed to investing. They're not exposed to decision making. They're not exposed to understanding what makes more sense when it comes to your future, what makes more sense to growth in life. And that's what these lives are all about, teaching you guys how to think differently, how to look at life differently. And I'm hoping, which I see a lot of people have been doing magically well, which I love it, and just really changing their approach to life so they could be better. And tonight, all I want you to understand is there's always a smarter way to work. Uber is much smarter. It's a much smarter approach to making money compared to working at McDonald's and Chick-fil-A and these hard-working companies that's slaving you to death minute for minute, second for second. You make way more money in Uber, and you get way more peace of mind. That's just my personal opinion. This is your boy Bobby from Mentourme.com. Shouts out to Andrew in the building, Brandon in the building, Uslin, so many other people. Appreciate all the love, all the people that's on IG. Nabil was popping. Middle East, Dubai, what's going on? Michael in the building. Michael Andrews in the building, people. That's the crypto king right there. Shout out to my dog. People, I want y'all to understand I love y'all. Dominican Republic in the building. Jason, Justin, what's going on from New York? Boozoo, damn. My cousin in the building. I love y'all. Enjoy. May God bless. See you guys. What's my next day live? I'm doing live Thursday because tomorrow I'm watching basketball. I'm going to be all over the screen watching Tatum. That's my dog. But I ain't going to lie. I don't know who got it, but both teams is amazing. Shouts out to the basketball game. Game 3 tomorrow is going down. Mentourme.com.